Hey there everyone, this is James with Adventure Awaits Party of 6. This is the 5th video for our motorhome renovation repair series in which you guys follow us on our adventure of purchasing, renovating, repairing a Class A motorhome. Again, this is a 1999 Four Winds Hurricane 34-foot 33 SL motorhome with a Ford F53 chassis, a V10 Triton engine. We had to take and do some preventative maintenance on the motorhome, and in this video we're going to take and highlight that. We're going to take and show you the oil change, a coolant flush, additional tear out of the back bedroom due to the water damage that had occurred, initial tear out of the bathroom floor, as well as we had one of our friends, Jason Brooks, that came in and helped us with removal of the old broken brake line that supplied from the brake cylinder all the way back to the rear brakes, and we replaced it with a new brake line. And so the video will take and highlight that. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, and also make sure you get alerts so every time we upload a new video to YouTube that you guys will get notified so you can see what the next adventure is.
1, 2, 3, action! Action! Oh!
All right, so underneath the motorhome, decided to take and change the motor oil. Last time that this was changed was in 2016. So for us, that's been obviously 4 years since it's now 2020. So I located the drain plug. I am draining the oil out of the system right now, and then I will be taking the filter off, which of course is full of oil as well. And then this does call for 6 quarts of 5W30 oil. So once this is drained out, I'm able to get the plug back in, able to get the filter changed. Then we will refill it with the oil, check our oil pressure, and this project will be done. Next project's gonna be a coolant flush. Camera's on a valve, the drain line or drain valve for the radiator. We can see in the coolant reservoir that there's about 1.5 to 2 inches worth of fluid that's in there, but we can see that there's orange and there's green. They've actually separated inside of that container. So our goal here is we're going to take and flush this system out. So we're gonna originally take and open up the drain valve and get out what's in there right now. And then we're gonna add some additional water, distilled water, to the reservoir. And then eventually I'll change it out with antifreeze, and we'll see as it comes out of the radiator. So when I originally opened this up, the coolant was brown. We have it open just enough to get the green coolant out, and it's draining right now. So we're just gonna let it completely drain out. I'm gonna add some water to it, see if we can get it clear, and then we'll add some coolant back to the system again. This coolant does, or this motorhome does take 8 gallons of coolant, so it's gonna be quite a bit of draining out of here before it is done. Look at that antifreeze. Believe it or not, it looks a lot dirtier and grimier than you would think. Ew.
progress so far today was getting out more of the wet and moldy wood, veneer, metal, whatever is back here. I vacuumed up all the stuff that we ended up pulling up. Windows are open, trying to just air this out. We are inside our big pole barn. You can kind of see I've started tearing up the floor. I need to go through and trim down the carpet and such, but I need to find a sharper blade for that. I got to the point of pulling up the linoleum all the way up into the kitchenette stair area. We knew this spot had a different type of linoleum on it, so we suspected water damage, as there was a rug over it when we bought it. So I got that part pulled up and then started pulling up the other part and found some more water damage. Good thing is it's not damp. It was moldy, but it's a little soft, but not bad. I think it'll dry out just fine. In the midst of pulling all that out, we decided just to check here in the bathroom, and lo and behold, we had water damage in here. The wall feels fine for what we think. However, I'm going to go through and start tearing the carpet out of here just to make sure. If there's water damage down by the toilet, then we may suspect it's in the wall, but we don't want to tear out the wall if we don't have to. So next part is getting the bathroom pulled out.
All right, so we're back here working on replacing the brake lines. This is towards the front of the vehicle. This is towards the back of the vehicle. As you can see, 2 brake lines here and here have already been replaced. This one doesn't look terrible. There's this one here that comes off the end. All of those go towards the front, with the exception of the one up on the top that we just disconnected. In the description of the video, I will note what type of thread this is here. But as you can see, the brake pump, and then from there, the line, which is a flex line piece, goes all the way to the back. The brake is right there, goes past the fuel filter, all the way down to the end. And then we have Jason down there disconnecting from the back side. This line needs to be completely replaced. We have to take the entire thing out, with the exception of the little elbow that's at the end there that hooks into the caliper. There is one single line that goes all the way to the back, and then it splits on the back driver's side wheel, and then it goes to the back passenger sets of wheels. So once this whole thing is completely out, we'll show you a video of what the whole thing looks like, and also where some of the troubled spots are and where the brake in the line is at. The other thing that was removed was the old brake line that somebody had just cut. I think I showed in an earlier video where that line had been cut and just left there. While I was under here, it was decided just to take it out. So we at least got the one that goes to the front passenger side had been removed. So we were able to get the brake line out. It did come out in little pieces. There were a few connections. You can see there was a connection here. There was a connection here. And then this spring went around the end, and this is what went into the master cylinder. And then the brake was actually right. Let me see if I can. That's the brake that was in the line. You can see it was rubbing pretty good on that piece. And that's where the brake fluid was coming out. So we went to Advanced Auto Parts. We purchased the Poly Armor steel line, 25 foot by 1/4 inch. Then I purchased the steel nut for the back, and I'll explain that here in just a minute. We got the union, which I'll explain here in just a minute. And then also the steel nut for the front going into the master cylinder. This piece here, because I didn't feel like renting or buying a bender, this piece here we went through and cleaned up, and then I decided just to buy a new union. It was cheap enough to purchase that new union there. So we went through, cleaned this all up on a wire brush, and then this piece here is what goes into the back. So the plan will be, we're gonna run the entire new line, new steel piece, the bigger one, steel nut will go on here. The smaller steel nut will go on this side. The union will connect that piece to this piece together, and there will only be one connection mid-line, or actually really at the end of the line, for this rear brake system. Total length here was about 13 and a half. We ended up estimating probably about 15, 16 feet total in length, steel line. So just gives you an idea of what we had going on underneath our motorhome.
Whew. Pump it up again. That one almost shot me in the face.
All right, can't do any more. Like I said, you're welcome.
One more time.
All right, there.